Hello everyone, it's Brickmaster here, and today I have a very special Lego set to review. This is the Lego Insectoids 6969 Celestial Stinger from 1998. This set comes with 252 pieces, was rated for ages 8 to 12, and cost you $50 back when it was in stores. This is an amazing set. It's definitely one of my favorite non-licensed Lego ships. It really is great, it has a nice light and sound feature, great minifigures, and is a very well-rounded set. And it's definitely one that you should pick up. I'm just telling you that much before I even get into the review. So let's look at the box to be the first part of this review. Alright, so here's the box. You can see it is pretty large. It is a medium-sized, somewhat, I guess, medium-large set. You can see right here it has the little age ratings, says batteries not included, light and sound. It has the piece count. Overall nice picture of the set. I really do like the background art. It provides a really nice atmosphere, but it doesn't really take any attention away from the actual set. Of course, back in that time, they had the little theme name in the top right-hand corner. This box is also really neat because it has an opening flap, which many of the older sets had. I'll just move the light a little bit. And of course, as the ship descending there, it tells you need 2 AA batteries. And here's a little synopsis of the series. It says, laser scans reveal new robotic bug-like life forms exist. The insectoids search the galaxy for the precious energy orbs and are prepared to fight to protect them. With building sets from the Lego System Insectoids collection, only you, the Lego Maniac, can help the insectoids succeed with their mission. So when I got this set and the Arachnoid Starbase, I read that little synopsis so much I think I could rehearse it and read it almost just tell you by heart. But here of course is the area where the tray used to be. Well, it's still there actually because I got this set sealed. This is where the light and sound box would be, 2 the insectoid eyepieces, 3 of the minifigures, and of course here would be one of the crystals, which is what the insectoids are trying to collect. And I know that whole theme of collecting crystals is very popular, but insectoids was definitely one of the earlier ones. Here's, of course, a minifigure. Here at the back of the box, you can see there are the alternate builds. Some of them look pretty good, like these 3. I think they look pretty decent. This one I definitely do like. This almost looks like a bit of a, I don't know, looks like a rabbit a little bit, funny enough. Maybe it's just me, but that's how I kind of see it. But nothing beats the actual set. Alright, so here are the instructions. They're quite large, but they're not as thick. It comes with a total of 24 pages, including the back. That's the alternate builds. It's a pretty easy steps to follow. No box that tells you what pieces you need for each step, but it does force you to pay attention, so I always like that. And it tells you what parts of the ship to build, because the ship is in 2 halves, so yeah, overall, pretty easy instructions to follow. Alright, so here are the 3 minifigures that come in the set. I have to say, they all look really nice. 2 of them are identical, but I gotta say that there's something about the late 90s space minifigures that are just really good. You have these from Insectoids, you have UFO, you have RoboForce, Spyrus, Unitron, just really well done minifigures overall. So the first minifigure we'll look at here is the Insectoid pilot. He's actually the only Zotaxian minifigure, because that's what these aliens are called, that are in the set. The other 2 are cyborgs, and this is what he looks like. Really, really great printing. You can see it's on the torso and on the legs, which is really great. If you lift off his transparent neon green visor, you can see that he has a blue face with some sort of cybernetic implants and some sort of communication device so he can maintain contact with the other members of the insectoid forces. And of course he has silver hair, which is nice, and blue eyes. He has, of course, the shoulder pads. Right here is the insectoid droid who you have seen many times in my Insectoids reviews. They're very common, but still really great minifigures. They have the transparent helmets like the Spyrus droid, and I think one of the Exploring's droids has it too. Really nice printing. I think it looks better than I think every C-3PO minifigure I've seen, just sort of for comparison since he is a protocol droid. Yeah, so these are the minifigures. Lego did a really good job on these, so Nothing to complain about here. So here's the Celestial Stinger itself. It's a really great looking vehicle, very bug-like yet very sleek at the same time. It looks like a really neat spaceship craft. So I'm going to put my camera down on a little stand so I can show you this set to you a bit easier. So here at the front, there's this really nice piece. This is my favorite Lego piece of all time. This is the Insectoid Light and Sound feature piece. It has 3 buttons on it, right here, here, and here. And I'll go and show them to you right now. So if you press this button, it makes this sound. If you press this button, it makes this sound. And if you press this button, it makes this sound. Sounds like something taking off. And of course, it sounds like it's powering down now. This sounds very much like some sort of electronic cricket, and this sounds like some sort of message is being sent or some sort of communication thing. Right here, of course, are some lasers on both sides. You can see it here as well. Here's a really nice print. I think this was first, yeah, this is first used in insectoids, later used in life on Mars, but this is the origin of that piece. Here's another printed piece right here. It's a little bit blurry, but I really do appreciate it. Here are two, or on either side, 2 radar dish pieces. Here there's, I don't know if you can see it as well, but rocket boosters on that side, and on this side as well, since this is very symmetrical. Over here, of course, is the cockpit. There is a little hinge right here to open it, and of course you can sit the alien inside. Before I do that, actually, I'll show you there are 2 control sticks and a printed tile in there, which are really nice. I do like it. I always like when they include controls. And that's what the front part of the ship looks like. You know, this can actually detach from the main, well, split in half. The vehicle can split in half, which is something that I really do like. I always like when space sets have, you know, different features. And you can pull it apart. Actually, it's a little harder. There you go. So this is the front part of the ship. I imagine that this can be used as an escape pod or some sort of, I guess, shorter, it can fly very short distances, I guess, since it has 2 rocket boosters rather than the many that the back part has. And this is what it looks like. On its own, doesn't look too bad, but it does look like it's missing something. But you can see this is mostly taken up by the large light and sound box. So now I'll show you the second half of the vehicle. Alright, so here's the second half. Overall, I think it looks a little bit like it's missing something overall, especially due to these 4 peg holes right here. Again, there's that printed piece. Ooh, accidentally broke that. Shouldn't have grabbed it from there, but here is that printed piece. Here are 2 more printed pieces showing that there are crystals there. More to that later. And of course the wings can move a bit. And these wings are really, really well detailed. They're both symmetrical, but you can see it looks like there's some sort of wiring going on, some sort of circuitry. Almost looks a bit like a motherboard on a computer. That's what it reminds me of. And of course has these transparent cockpit windscreens there, but there's of course no one sitting there. Up on top you can see there's some very large rocket boosters here, and of course 2 smaller ones at the ends, as well as radar dishes so you can maintain communication with the rest of the insectoids. Again, more printed pieces right here. They're not afraid to use printed pieces. You know, if they could do it back then at a time of economic problems in the Lego corporation, they can do it now. And if you turn this around to the back, you can see there are more things to look at. These are some very large insectoid leg pieces. They are used in quite a few sets like the Arachnoid Starbase and the Planetary Prowler, 2 sets that I have reviewed. And right here you can see that there are some arrow pieces, and of course, you know, those always point to something. So you can just pull this drawer out, lift it up. You can see there's a very large transparent blue piece, which is really nice. It's a nice casing. And in here there is a crystal here, which has a little magnetic tip, and I'll just leave it here so, of course, you can do something with it since it does have a magnet. So on either side, you can see that there are these little winged things, and these are actually little pod ships that can be taken off like this. And I'll show these to you. Of course, the wings can actually move out like this, which is really nice. It has a little control panel, a little rocket booster, and it can sit one of the robot android minifigures, and it has a magnet at the bottom so it can pick up the crystal like that. Really nice. I like how they didn't have to put any metal in the actual piece, just put it on a sticker. And yeah, you just lift it off like this, and these crystals, which are the Volt Stones, which look very much like the Belgian bug eggs, because they're trying to stay on this planet with these large bugs, and of course that's why they have to make their vehicles look bug-like. And the Volt Stones look very much like the Belgian bug eggs. The Belgian bugs are the native species that wants to eat these Taxians. So you can pick this up, put it on a vehicle to power it, which is really nice. And I really like the insectoid dome pieces. These are reused in white for the Y-wing fighter in the 2007 set. So yeah, of course this one looks the exact same, and that's basically it for that part of the vehicle. Alright, so since this is a set from the late 90s and I did get it sealed, it does come with a pamphlet as well as a mini catalog, and as always I save those to the end, so this is what the pamphlet looks like. Feel free to pause if you wish to see something closer. That's the front, and that is the back. Here's the mini catalog. I always like these. I've looked through them so many times just because of how many sets I have from 1998, but we'll look through it again. Of course, Johnny Thunder, Aquazone, Insectoids, Ninja Western, many sets there around at the time. Table of contents. Insectoids. Here's the set that you are watching a review of now. Here's the Bi-Wing Blaster, which I have reviewed. Sonic Stinger, don't have that set, but it is very neat. The Beta Buzzer, I do have that set. I did review it. I think this is the Bug Blaster. I don't have that one. Here's the Planetary Prowler, one of my first reviews ever. The Cosmic Creeper, don't have that one, and the Arachnoid Starbase, which I have reviewed. UFO, great series. I've reviewed the Interstellar Starfighter and the UFO Avenger. RoboForce, a short-lived theme, 4 sets, only released in the United States and Canada. I have reviewed this one here, the Robo Raider. It's a neat little set. Aquazone, I have reviewed the Hydro Crystallization Station. Really nice set, underrated in my opinion. And here, Stingrays. Here's the Hydro Crystallization Station, Stingray. I forgot the name of this one now, but I did review it. Here it is again. This is a really neat set. I hope to pick that one up eventually. The Stingray Storm, I know that one's name. Aqua Raiders. Funny enough, this is the third of 4 themes that were underwater that they were releasing at this time. And this is first Aqua Raiders, not the second one that came exactly 10 years later in 2007. Fright Nights. Ninja, not Ninjago, but for all the modern Lego fans, you may not know, Ninja was around, actually. That's where they got the original face mask things for the first wave of Ninjago. Lego Western, Natives, and Cowboys. Really great sets. I think that if I collected one, I'd want all of them, so I am holding off for right now. Same thing with Adventurers. Lego Town, very juniorized. I do have this one and this here. I just wanted to have this here because it looked like it was some sort of a Jeep, which I thought was nice. This here I thought was pretty nice as well. But yeah, very juniorized overall. Extreme Team, bunch of just a bunch of daredevils. That's what it is. Rescue, very funny. Yeah, very nice background art though. Of course, showing a natural disaster and then coming in to help. Lego Divers, the fourth theme that's underwater that was around at this time. Oh, that's a bug. Alright, so right here, of course, Outback. Another smaller theme. This looks nice though, interesting. Overall. Time Twisters, the evil version of Time Cruisers. These are the forces for evil. Radio Control, Technic, the Competition Technic, and really nice motorcycle. I say that every time. Maybe I'll pick it up eventually. And here, Crazy Kids. Really crazy kids. But anyway, that's it for the mini catalog and the pamphlet. Now for my overall thoughts on the set. Alright, so for my overall thoughts on the set, it's definitely one of my favorite space sets without a doubt. Great minifigures, great set, great light and sound function, and I definitely recommend that you pick one up. I got this sealed for about $100. I think I may have overpaid a little bit for it, so I'd say pay up to maybe $70 for it. You can definitely get it cheaper used. I don't think Insectoids is appreciated that much, but I definitely think that it is as good, probably better than Classic Space overall, which is a not very popular opinion, but it is my opinion. So yeah, I recommend that you get this set, and I'll see you all later. Bye.